itself as a successful global forum for policymakers and technologists as they collaborate on key areas of importance to the regulatory and central banking community. The BIS Innovation Hub co-hosted the first tech sprint with the Saudi G20 presidency in 2020, focusing on new technologies to resolve operational problems in the areas of regulatory compliance, RegTech, and supervision, SupTech. Under last year's Italian G20 presidency, we partnered with the Bank of Italy on the second tech sprint to develop solutions on green and sustainable finance. This year, under the Indonesian G20 presidency, we turn our focus to central bank digital currencies, or CBDCs. This is certainly a hot topic that is attracting great interest from central banks around the world. There is a collective belief that CBDCs could do much to promote public interest in this age of digital money. Trust in money is the glue that holds the financial system together. That's why, as technology advances, central banks must ensure that the monetary system remains stable, preserving its fundamental character as a public good. Many central banks are working on CBDCs to create a system based upon sound and trusted public money of the future, in which the private sector can exuberantly develop new financial services. 3 retail CBDCs have already gone live. Pilots in 25 jurisdictions are underway, and conceptual work is ongoing in many countries. The BIS is playing its part through a broad range of activities. Our Monetary and Economic Department continues to produce cutting-edge research on technology and innovation to help policymakers and other stakeholders understand the forces shaping the financial system. Our hosted committees and associations, such as the Basel Committee on Banking Supervision and the BIS Committee on Payments and Market Infrastructures, are working with their members to develop policies and standards for regulation in emerging fields. And the centerpiece of our work is the BIS Innovation Hub. Its underlying principle is collaboration. Central banks can accomplish so much more working together than individually, and even more so when they cooperate with international organizations, academia, and the private sector in developing new technological solutions. The hub creates technological products, often as proofs of concept or prototypes, which are then shared as global public goods with the central banking community and beyond. CBDC is a particularly important priority for the hub, with 5 completed projects and at least 3 more to come this year. These include work on retail CBDC for the general public and on wholesale CBDC for use by financial institutions, particularly in the form of multi-CBDC arrangements that will make cross-border payments faster, cheaper, and more efficient. We are also starting to investigate issues related to financial integrity and the offline use of CBDCs. Yet there are still critical areas and gaps that need further work. We have focused on 3 of them for the 2022 Tech Sprint. Let me go over these problem statements. The first is building effective and robust means for issuing, distributing, and transferring CBDCs. There is a need to optimize the various issuance and distribution processes for CBDCs. New capabilities, such as the programmability of money, could also result in innovative new services for customers. There will also be a corresponding increase in the need for oversight and supervision to ensure that safety and security are not compromised. Second, financial inclusion. CBDCs can also deepen financial inclusion and overcome the barriers facing the unbanked and underbanked. This is particularly relevant for countries like Indonesia that have a large territory of islands and a vast number of people who do not have access to financial services. This lack of access is due to in part to poverty, but also to logistical considerations such as the cost, travel distance, and paperwork, and processes involved in opening accounts. It is also due to a lack of trust in banks and other financial institutions. CBDCs could be a low cost alternative to traditional currencies that would allow for integration with financial services providers and offer simplified due diligence for customer onboarding. But solutions must be designed to work even in areas with poor and intermittent internet connectivity, and they must be integrated with digital identity solutions to ensure both seamless service and privacy. The third problem statement is the interoperability of CBDCs. This is a key element in improving cross border payments. Central banks can play a critical catalytic role in supporting interoperability, as already shown by some BIS Innovation Hub projects. Greater interoperability between different types of payment system and across borders can lead to more competition, better services, and lower costs. As you can see, there are many different areas to work on and many problems to solve. Researchers, technologists, and innovators from all over the world, we need all the help you can provide. We at Bank Indonesia and the BIS want to engage with you and use this global initiative to catalyze innovative solutions to these problems. Thank you again, Governor Perry and Bank Indonesia, for your leadership in co-hosting this year's G20 Tech Sprint. I look forward to the many new ideas that will come along. Thank you very much. Terima kasih.
Now, let's continue our agenda by listening to the opening remarks from His Excellency, the Governor of Bank Indonesia. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Mr. Perry Warjio. Ladies and gentlemen, shortly we will witness a special procession, which signifies the launching event of the T20 TechSprint 2022, performed virtually all together by the leaders from the two institutions to rotate the gears, which drive the collaborative movement of synergy and innovation of CBDC. Mr. Perry Warjio, please kindly put your hand to the virtual gears on screen. And also, Mr. Agustin Karsten, are you ready? On my count. 1, 2, 3.
Digital payments are an important gear in driving financial modernization and economic recovery. central banks play a pivotal role in establishing the core infrastructure for enabling digital payments. Surveys have shown that many central banks are now actively experimenting with digital payments infrastructure, including new technologies like central bank digital currencies, or CBDCs. Under Indonesia's G20 presidency, Bank Indonesia and BIS Innovation Hub are launching the third of the G20 TechSprint to catalyze the development of wholesale and retail CBDC solutions. CBDCs is one of the G20 presidency finance track agenda on payment system in the digital era. As an annual long-form hackathon, the G20 TechSprint seeks out best-in-class technological innovations aimed at addressing high-priority areas of interest and needs of the global regulatory community. Teams from around the world are invited to propose and showcase best-in-class technological solutions that addresses the challenges identified in the problem statements. Winning team in each problem statement category stand to win attractive cash prizes provided by Bank Indonesia. Shortlisted teams would also receive a development stipend and have the opportunity to engage with CBDC experts. Be the part of this collaborative movement of synergy and innovation on CBDC with the spirit of Recover Together. Recover Stronger. Join the G20 TechSprint 2022. For more info, please visit www.g20techsprint.id.
The G20 TechSprint 2002 officially starts now. Let's give a big round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, shortly, we will continue our agenda with the panel discussion session, moderated by the Head of Communication Department of Bank Indonesia. This session will enlighten you with new insight and approach about the G20 TechSprint 2002. Ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, please give a warm welcome to our moderator, Mr. Erwin Haryono. MC. Hello.
Hello.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Mr. Erwin, how are you? Are you ready to be the moderator today? Yeah. What are you talking about with the panelists? Yeah. Okay. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Erwin Haryono, the floor is yours.
Chick. Hello and good afternoon from here in Indonesia. Over the next few minutes, we'll have a brief overview of the G20 TechSprint 2022 event. And now this is the moment we're honored to hear from our speaker in the panel discussion. Please welcome Assistant Governor Filianingsih Hendarta, Head Payment System Policy Department, Bank Indonesia. Go, Bumper. And Mr. Andrew McCormack, the Head of Bank for International Settlement Innovation Hub Center in Singapore. Both speakers will talk about the general term and information regarding the TechSprint event. But before we move further, is there any opening message that you want to start with, Mrs. Hendarta and Mr. McCormack? Okay, Bu Fili. Good evening, good morning, and good afternoon. Everyone, it's Honorable the T blah 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 blah. Thank you. Oke, lepas. Ya. Bla bla. Terus yang satu kecepatan, Kak. Oke, yang Andrew. Thank you. It's a real privilege for me to be here. Bla 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 bla. Ya, itu dulu. That will emerge a result of the competition. Thank you so much, Mrs. Hendarta and Mr. McCormack, for the remarkable opening. Now about the TechSprint, can you please explain to us briefly about the background of the G20 TechSprint 2022? Bla 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 bla. Nih boleh yang Bu ini gede sendiri. Tergantung yang ngomong kan? Ya, tergantung yang ngomong. Okay, thank you so much for very informative explanation. Blah 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 blah, and also the complete timeline of the event. Okay, si Andrew-nya certainly on problem statement. Blah 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 blah, panjang ya. Central Bank Governor meetings in October. Balik lagi. Could you also explain further on the registration scheme and the event arrangement? Can you please enlighten us and especially the participants who may wish to participate in this event? Blah 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 are awarded by Bank Indonesia. Thank you for the explanation, Mr. McCormack. We also have several questions in the comment section. Due to the limit, I will choose 3 questions which may be answered either by Ibu Filianingsi. Nah, ini dia nih. Kemarin jadinya Mrs. Hendarta atau Filianingsi atau Hendarta? Filianingsi kali ya? Kak, berarti yang di atas Filianingsi semua, Kak. Kalau yang di ini Filianingsi. Ntar aja. Oke. Bla 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 bla. Thank you for the explanation. La 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 la. Terus naik terus. Terus. Terus Kak yang mau present video. Okay. And become a contestant in G20 TechSprint 2022. We are waiting for your brilliant ideas and solution. So let the competition begin.
Digital payments are an important driver for financial modernization and economic recovery. Central banks play a pivotal role in establishing the core infrastructure for enabling digital payments. Surveys have shown that many central banks are now actively experimenting with digital payments infrastructure, including new technologies like central bank digital currencies, or CBDCs. Under Indonesia's G20 presidency, Bank Indonesia and BIS Innovation Hub are launching the G20 TechSprint 2022. This is the third edition of the Global Long-Form Hackathon and will focus on catalyzing solutions in wholesale and retail CBDCs. The focus on CBDCs is aligned with the work of the G20 Presidency's Finance Track Agenda under the workstream on payment system in the digital era. This is a rare opportunity for teams to develop and showcase best-in-class innovations to improve the application and implementation of CBDCs. One winning team in each category stands to win attractive cash prizes of approximately 53,000 US dollars provided by Bank Indonesia. In addition, each shortlisted team will receive a stipend of approximately 10,000 US dollars to offset any development and participation expenses. Teams would also have the opportunity to engage with invited experts in the field of CBDCs. We welcome all teams from all countries interested in CBDCs and who have a proven track record of delivery. Each team must submit a fully complete proposal before the registration deadline. Thereafter, shortlisted teams must develop deployable solutions by the final judging at the end of August. For more info, please visit www.g20techsprint.id. Be the part of this collaborative movement of synergy and innovation on CBDC with the spirit of Recover Together, Recover Stronger. Join the G20 TechSprint 2022.
Thank you, Mr. Erwin Haryono, Mrs. Filia Nangsi Hendarta, and Mr. Andrew McCormack for the excellent panel discussion. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, please give a round of applause for our distinguished speakers and the moderator. Now we have finally reached the end of our today agenda. Thank you very much for taking your time with us. Hopefully, it was an impressive, insightful, and informative event for you. Please stay tuned with us and keep abreast with all the G20 TechSprint events at www.g20techsprint.id since registration starts now. On behalf of Bank Indonesia, BIS Innovation Hub, and all committee of G20 TechSprint 2002, allow me, Sarah Wayne, to sign off. We hope to see you again. Stay safe and stay healthy. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Shalom. Om Santi Santi Om. Namo Buddhaya. Salam kebajikan.
Yang mana Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Shalom. Om Santi 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 Om. Namo Buddhaya. Salam kebajikan. 1, 2, 3, 3, 2, 1, 2, 3, 3, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 1, 2, 3, 3, 3. Halo, 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 halo. Halo. 1, 2, 3. Ya. Segini. Ya. Halo. Halo, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1. Oh ya. 1, 2, 3, 4. Turun segini. Ya, segini. 1, 2, 3, 4. 3, 2, 1, 4. 2, 3, 1, 4. Halo, 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 halo. Halo, 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 halo. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 3, 2, 1. Udah? Cukup? Lagi? Sampai 100. On behalf of Bank Indonesia BIS, Innovation Hub, and all committee of G20 TechSprint. Cik, 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 1, 2. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Shalom. Om Santi, Santi, Santi Om, Om, Om. Dah.